fight this no more. It's just you and me, there ain't nothing I'd rather do. Yeah, I'm stuck with you, yeah, I'm stuck with you. Go on and take on my side. Go on, make me lose my mind. It's all we have here tonight.
My name is LaPerle. I'm a musician from Boston, Massachusetts, and I love performing.
Throughout the she can't fight this no more.
I used to play air guitar in the living room when I was younger, like maybe 10. I'd close the doors, put on like songs, and just like pretend I was playing guitar. I saw my neighbor playing guitar, and I was like, I wanna do that. And he let me borrow the guitar for like a weekend, and I played it. It was electric Stratocaster that he had, and it was super nice. Like he's like, yeah, you can let me borrow his guitar for the weekend. I was like, I'll do a nice thing. I'll restring his guitar. Not knowing anything about it, I'm like, I can figure it out. There's steel strings and then there's brass strings. Brass strings are what go on acoustic guitars. Steel strings go on electric. Didn't know that, it was electric guitar. I put bronze strings on his guitar and he's like, these aren't the right strings. To me, I thought I was doing like a nice gesture, and he was like super, he wasn't angry or anything. He was like, no, it's cool. Like I appreciate the gesture, but for me, I was like, oh, so like horrified. I was like, oh my God, the wrong thing. There's no one in my family that sings, and if you ask anyone in my family, they'd say, I don't know where Ryan got it from, but definitely I'd say my mother. I'd sing in the car with her, so I think that she was willing to sing in front of me and just let herself go, and I found that appealing. I always was doing choral singing throughout elementary school and middle school, and I remember having this one teacher in 8th grade. She allowed me to actually sing a song during, I think, our winter or spring concert, and that's where I first performed in front of a full audience. But I got a standing ovation after that, and it was just like, I was like, whoa, this is super cool. I like this, I want to do this, and I've always kind of been chasing that since. Music was always a hobby to everyone in my family, and no one knew how to pursue it. I mean, which makes sense. It's like, I grew up in a small town in New Hampshire, so like no one knew, I'm gonna go into entertainment, I'm gonna go pursue the arts. They're gonna go, no, that's something you do on Sunday. And that's the thing, I kept on weighing back and forth, being like, I'll be pragmatic about this, I'll be pragmatic, because I didn't know the entry point to get into music. I want to just do this, like I don't know how. So that's why I'm like, let's learn how to record, let's learn how to do audio production, learn the equipment. That's at least some type of entry point. Kind of just been like, well, I'm working this day job and I'm doing music on the side. I guess that's what I'm doing, but I never wanted that to be like that. I was just kind of doing that. And then in 2012, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. She was diagnosed with leukemia, and it's a blood disease, so it's not like a stage 1, stage 2. It's literally stage 5. It's the worst of the worst. Already, when I came out with my first album, Disguise, I was like, how you doing? And this is pre my mom getting cancer. I was upset because I was going through a breakup. That's what the album's about, but it's the same throughout life. Like, say you just lost your grandmother and you're super upset, and then you go see someone and they're like, hey, how you doing? You're gonna go, I'm doing good. Most times we put on masks, and that's what the album Disguise is about, is that we mask ourselves. But I didn't realize how much that was gonna come to me, where when my mom is diagnosed with cancer, and especially when she first was, like, I literally was just like, my mom has cancer. Like, I had to tell everyone, because it was just like always on my mind. And now, you know, you go through grief, you go through like those different stages, and I still have my dark days, and I still have my days of doubt, and that's why I haven't really put out an album since that one, just because it's like shadowboxing and my self-doubt. And that's why I started street performing, to where it helped me create a realm to where I feel better about myself, and I feel people want to hear what I have to create. But now I'm at a point where it doesn't matter if it's an original or a cover, it's gonna be my take on the cover. Most people come up to be like, I've never heard this song done like that. And so I take that as a sense of pride too, because it's like, I've created this song as my own. singing those songs, like they appealed to me, and I was like, these are really good songs. Check this out. Like I wanted to show it. No different when I would play the Laney song. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta hear this song. This song's so amazing. Like it's more of me just being like, I wanna share this song. I was like, yeah, I wanna record this, and then I'm gonna share it with my mom. Why this song is important to me is because, I mean, the first lyric goes,
hey mom, I know we're getting old. The lines in your hands have changed. I still look at you the same. Hey mom, guess what? You're really tough. I know you did all you could and make sure life was good. I'm sorry for the fights and the tone of my voice. I'm sorry for the nights when I made the wrong choice. Life was flying by and it's hitting me. I hope it's not, 'cause if this is the last time, please come close. I love you with all my heart, you know. I don't wanna cry, I'm bad at goodbyes. If this is the last time, let's do the things we always do. Like go to the mall or buy some shoes. I don't wanna cry, I'm bad at goodbyes. If this is the last time, if this is the last time.
going through my mom and how she's fighting, like this song is just like, for me in my life.
If this is the last time, if this is the last time. Thank you.
When she was first diagnosed, I think probably the first like 5 years, I was like you say, I think she went through like being upset and being angry about her cancer. I mean, she still is, obviously, but being like, ah, screw this. I'm just gonna not let this define me. I'm not gonna let this be who I am. She's so strong. She's like, I'll give myself a purpose. Before, it was like cancer seemed like it was something that other people got, and that doesn't happen to me. Like that won't happen to my mother. Like that's what we most think about. Seeing it and going through it, it is overwhelming because you think of you're so close to death, but we are all so close to death. It doesn't, like we all have this disease. It's called being human. We're all gonna die someday. I'm not being bleak, but in the sense of like life is short. Like let's go do what you want to do. I decided like 6 months later after she was diagnosed, I was gonna run the Boston Marathon. I started training for the marathon I was gonna run in the spring of 2013, and I ended up raising, which was awesome, $11,000 for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. There's actually a plaque over there. I remember my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I want my mom to be at the half point in the finish line. She was like, yeah, we'll get you there. And I finished at 4:06.
Just as the race clock approaches the 4 hour and 10 minute mark.
Oh my God, something blew up.
I had walked over to the water, and I was like right at that water station, which is like a block away, and the first bomb went off, and I was just like, whoa, what is that? When the bombs went off, it was like this eerie, like before you heard cheering, it was like so exciting, there was just all this energy, and then the bombs went off. It was time slowed down, and it was more of just like, you're looking for the answers, and then you look at another person and be like, ooh, okay, you know what that is? Does it, who knows, like you're trying to figure out what it was, so it was like slow motion, what's going on. First thought was to get contact with my loved ones that were on site. There's so many people trying to call, so it was like dead zone. Luckily I got a text through, or no, my mom got a call through, and I was like, I'm at Boylston, I'm right here, I'll meet you there. But so luckily, their story is that my godmother, my mother, who had just beat cancer, she was still wearing a mask, she had gloves on. She was like, let's go see Ryan at the finish line, or at the family and friends area. So they literally they walked to the other side 30 seconds before the bombs went off. So they just missed it. The shrapnel missed them because it blocked, the scaffolding blocked it. My girlfriend at the time, she was smart to put my mom out onto the street so she didn't get crushed by people. Like, it just got super crowded because people were like trying to either go towards it or run away. It was just very confusing. And so she was able to get her kind of out so she didn't get crushed. In my mind too, I was like, if she died, I would have been beyond myself because I wanted her there at that finish line. I wanted her to cheer me on. You know, it's like you want your mother to be proud of you, and then to know that I asked her to be there and then she died because of that. Like, for years, I was like beside myself. I was like, I was literally seconds away from killing my mother. Like, holy shit. You'd never think to be in a terrorist attack. And my story is more of just like emotional trauma, which isn't even that bad. Like, no one got hurt. It was just more scary. I know people that have lost limbs. I know people that have lost hearing, that have shrapnel in them. I can't even imagine. Like, my story is a good story. Like, it's a story that I can tell. I'm here, all my loved ones are here. To be in a terrorist attack, to have a family member get really sick, it just was just like, all right, like, I just want to pursue this, and I want to do this, and I want to, it was really, life is short. Like, I want to go do music, and I don't care what gets in the way.
Hey Ryan, so I'm going to give you something a little different than what we did. There's an octave and a half arpeggio I want you to use. It's not quite the same as the one we used. And if it helps you to make sense of it, it's a 1 chord.
Cause I can feel your heartbeat, it's burning like sun heat. I can see this fire in your eyes. I can still breathe the siren. You are my oxygen. I can feel my lungs deep dive.
If I'm not doing something that's serious, then I want to have a good time. I want to be out there, I want to connect with people. I'd see my audience and be a little kid, and so I was like, I'll play Baby Shark, or I'll play
Frozen? Okay, you got it.
But now I'm free. Let it go, let it go.
I'd get into it, and I'd be excited, and it'd be fun. I'd put a smile on my face, and I'd love how excited they get into the music.
And now you'll never see me cry. Here I'll stand, and here I'll stay, and let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyways.
Besides January to March, I like Boston. I like the seasons. It just gets a little chilly. You kind of want to leave it here. And that's why I go out to like Hawaii and street perform out there and spend a couple weeks to get away from the cold. And then usually too, then I'm touring around playing colleges those months in that time. So then I'm home. Next step for me is Hollywood. No, I'm joking. No, the next step for me is definitely coming out with another original album, putting stuff out. I've been toying with the idea of building a platform in my car and then just going on tour, because it's more, I'm still trying to make a living too. So I'm now torn between what just the immediate next 6 months future is. Either I'm gonna put a platform, like I said, in my car and then just go tour just by doing backyard shows in the South, or just work here at home. Right now, it's like not bad. I might be able to survive the winter and not have to worry about finances, and then put my efforts into putting out the cover stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, and work on original stuff. The dream would be I'm playing at the House of Blues, and then like incognito, like just street perform the day before when I'm in town, wherever city I'm in. I would rather be at a low-level musician for the rest of my life, but I'm pursuing my art and I'm doing it, than being like, I'm a Wall Street guy and I make millions of dollars. Like, that doesn't matter to me. I want to pursue art. I want to do music. I want to do what's in my heart, what's in my soul. And so that was the realization. So here we are.
I wish that I could be your man and be the one to take your hand. I wish I could. I wish that I could see your face in the morning warmth of your embrace. I wish I could.